Hello children. In our previous class we were discussing about the marketing mix. We saw that there are 4 important P's involved in this marketing mix. They were product, price, physical distribution and promotion. We also discussed one of the element, that is product. Now as a continuation of that particular element, we are going with the product decision. There are 3 product decision involved. They are branding, packaging and labeling. What is branding? It is the process of giving a name or sign or a symbol etc. to a product. Some of the examples are Parker, Nike and Woodland. In branding itself, we have brand name. It is that part of a brand which can be spoken. So that part of the brand name which we can spoke is known as brand name. For example, we are well familiar with Asian Paints, Maggi, Lay's. So they have achieved a brand name among the customers. Adidas is also one example for brand name among the customers. They have already achieved that target of having a brand name in the market. Then another one is brand mark. That part of a brand which can be recognized but cannot be spoken. As we know that brand name can be spoken, but brand mark, it cannot be spoken but we can recognize through that mark. The correct sign, that is this sign of Nike, is very much familiar, isn't it? Whenever we see this mark, we know that it is a mark for this product. So it is a brand mark which we can recognize but which cannot spoke. The next we have trademark. Like in branding itself, we have trademark, a brand that is given legal protection against its use by other companies. So once every company have their unique trademarks, so that the other firms must not use it as it have a legal protection. So every company have a distinct or specific trademark for their own companies. So that is one of the branding characteristics, that is trademark. Next, let us see what are the advantage of branding. Branding have advantage both to the marketer as well as to the customers. Now let us see what is the advantage of branding to the marketer. It enables making product differentiation. So we can recognize our favorite product when it is named according to its brand name. Okay, so we can select from our brand from the group of the other product. Firm can charge higher price for its products. So once a product become branded, then normally the producer, they charge higher price for the product. Okay, then it is the benefit for the marketer. Ease in introduction of a new product. Once that product have recognized and get attention from the customers, that product can introduce new product with the same brand name. Okay, so we know that Maggi, they have different products, like ketchup is there, then they have noodles, and masalas is also available nowadays. Whenever they introduce a new product with that brand name itself, it get click very fast. Next is helps in advertising and display programs. So such brand name are used for displaying in front of shop also. So these are the advantage of branding to the marketer. Now what about customers? How does this branding help the customers? They help the customer to identify their favorite product from among the different products. Then branding ensure quality of a product also. So if number of items are there, then we can recognize our item, and it is said that those items which are branded, it is of good quality also. Then status symbol because of quality, as it is a quality product and it becomes a status symbol also. So these are the advantage of branding both to the marketer as well as to the customers. Now, what are the characteristics of a good brand name? How should be a good brand name? If you are a marketer, how will you select a good brand name for your product? First thing is, it should be short, easy to pronounce and spell and recognize and remember. So the customer should easily able to pronounce it. Like we know that Pond's, Lux are some of the well-known product available in the market with these characteristics. Must suggest the product benefit and qualities. From their name itself, their quality or their benefit should be that is known to the customer. So for example, Ujala is used to for the clothes, isn't it? So hair and care. So from this product name itself, we can recognize the benefit we will derive from that. Then next is, should be distinctive. It should be something different from the other product. Then should not get out of date. So it should be something for lasting. The name, the brand name should be selected such a way that it is for it's a long lasting, we can say. It should be adaptable to packaging or labeling requirements. So the product should be such a way that packaging and labeling can be done in those products. Then it should be capable of being registered and protected legally. So the name should be such a way that we can register it and it gets the legal protection also. Then next product decision is the packaging. What is packaging? It refers to the act of designing and producing the container or wrapper of a product. There can be three different layers or levels of packaging. They are primary packaging, secondary packaging and transportation packaging. So it is an act of designing or producing a container or wrapper for a product. First one is primary packaging. It refers to the product's immediate container. For example, this toothpaste, in this tube, it is known as an immediate container because this is the tube in which the product is filled in. So this is a primary packaging. Next is the secondary packaging. To get extra protection to the product, an additional layer is provided. So till this product is ready to use, we can protect this product. Okay, the primary package can be protected through this additional layer. Then we have transportation packaging. So it refers to further packaging component necessary for storage and transportation. So for this toothpaste will be packed in this boxes so that it can be easy to storage. For the storage and transportation will be easy if you are storing in this boxes. So toothpaste manufacturer may send goods to a retailer in boxes containing 100 units. So it depends on the boxes, the number of units to be placed. Then so we can see here, these are the three levels of packaging. This is primary packaging, then additional layer protection given, that is secondary packaging, and for transportation, easy of transportation, this is the it is the transportation packaging. Now next is the functions or importance of packaging. Why we have to go for a packaging? Why the marketer go for a packaging of their product? So it helps in product identification. When we pack the product, it is easy for customers to identify the product, because if the product is in a loose form, it is difficult for them to identify it. Then the second point is it helps in product protection from spoilage, leakage and damage. So if the product is in packed, the spoilage can be avoided. So damage of the product can be avoided if it is in pack form. Then third point is it helps in product promotion, as product good package attract the customers to buy the product. So if that product is in the packet, like Lay's, we know that it attracts lot of children, so it is a good promotion activity also. So for increasing the sale, nowadays every marketer, they use this technique of packaging. A good package will definitely attract the customers. Then it helps in preventing adulteration as the product is properly packed. So we know Ashirwad Atta, they are advertising that their product is completely free of adulteration. So it is well packed and the quality is fully maintained. Then the fifth point is it helps in easy handling of the product. So as the product is in the pack form from the supermarket, we can easily handle this product, isn't it? If it is in the pack, if the product is in the packet, it is easy for us to handle it. Then the next product decision is about labeling. What is labeling? Labeling refers to designing the label to be put on the package. So in a packet, whatever is there labeled out, it is the function of labeling. Okay, so through this packet we can come to know about the net quantity of the product, name of the product, then its that is a mark. If it is we can in e-tables we have different types of marks. Then license number is provided, then its expiry date, its manufacturing date and batch number, then about its nutrient facts will be provided, what are the ingredients in this product, and usage of how to use this product, name and complete detail of the company is also provided with this toll-free numbers. So these are the different functions provided by, that is, they give informations to the customers. Functions of labeling: it describes the product and specifies content. As you saw that it specify about the product. Then we can identify the product through its label. So by the name written on that product, through the function of labeling, we can identify the product. Then we can differentiate the product through the by reading the label on the product. Like Brooke Bond, they have red label, yellow label and green label. So it is written on that it's red. So we can select our brand or our desired product if it is labeled properly. And it helps in promotion of the product also. So you may have read in the labeling of Dabur Amla hair oil that Balo mein dam, life mein fun. So that such wordings or it's a promotion technique which attracts the customer. So in branding it is such promotion techniques can be used. So it provide information required by law also. So manufacturing and expiry date is also written, which is one of the function of labeling, and it provide the legal information required. So children, we have come to a conclusion of today's topic. Today we saw the product decisions of such as branding, packaging and labeling. You have to read the text covering these points, attend the test paper and underline the main points related to this while you read the text. So for today this is all. Meet you in the next class with a new topic. Thank you. Goodbye.